Hello, student. Welcome to the Brilliance Growth Academy. Today, we are going to start our next chapter that is the directing. First, we need to understand the meaning of directing and its concept, and we will follow through others element of this particular chapters. So, what do you mean by directing? Once you are informed you have to do this, you have to follow these instructions, so you understand that someone is directing you, someone is giving you the instructions, someone is giving you to how to do a particular work. So this is, we consider that a directing or the function of direction. So giving the instruction and guiding people in their day-to-day work. Everyday examples include a hotel owner instructing staff for an event, a teacher guiding a student through assessment, or a film director instructing actors to direct in a particular sense. All these ordinary direction scenarios are executed to achieve a specific and a predetermined objectives. So, in an ordinary meaning of directing, we are just concerned with the giving the instruction and allow the people to behave in such a manner or such a situation in which they have to follow the instruction, they have to follow the guidance or the principle, right? So this is the ordinary context meaning, and now we are moving in a meaning in a managerial context. What does it mean by directing in a managerial point of view? Systematic process of instructing, guiding, counseling, motivating, and leading employees with an organization to achieve collective goals. So when you face a organization or when you are working in an organization, then you are necessarily have to process some of the information, some of the instructions, and this the process of instructing, guiding, counseling, motivating, and leading the employees who are working in the organization to achieve the particular goals. You will guide the employees working the organization, you will give them instruction, you will guide them, you have to do this work in this way, you have to counsel them when they have a problems, you have to give them instructions regarding a particular scenario, regarding a particular matters, and you time to time motivate them also, right? You lead them in a particular direction, you lead them a particular situations where they have stuck or they want to get out of their problem, they want to overcome the problems and try to achieve the collective goals or the organizational goals to survive in a particular organizations. So it is not a singular event or a mere issue of a top down communication. It compasses multiple dynamic managerial elements. So, after planning, organizing, staffing, we need to direct our employees in a particular direction. We have to give them instruction. We have to give them a kind of motivation. We will need to lead them. We have to give them instruction so that they can complete their required task in a given time frame. And they are able to all these things in a very particular or systematic way. So directing is a very important principles or important function of the management. So it is a key managerial function performed continuously throughout the organization, throughout the entire cycle of an organization. Now let's deep dive into the particular characteristics or say primary characteristics of directing. First, directing initiate actions. As I already told you that when you are giving someone a kind of instruction, you are giving them a particular direction, and direction initiate the actions. You have to do this work in such a manner, right? So whenever you see a particular superior asking his employees to do a particular work in such a sense, in such a manner, then superior is directing his subordinate. So in this way, you understand that directing initiate the action. It allows the supervisor to give the instruction to their subordinate in a particular manner. They can handle the task assigned to them. So directing is very much important when the superior wants to guide the subordinate, and subordinate has to follow the instruction given by the superiors in a particular manner, and they have to obey the rules and regulations suggested by the particular supervisor. So other management function establish the infrastructure and prepare the settings. Directing set the entire workforce into the motion. So it will help the entire organizations to put into a work. It will help the organizations to move continuously, and it will help the entire workforce to move in a particular direction. Second, it takes place at the entry level of management, right? So it is pervasive. As the management is pervasive, direction is also pervasive. Every single managers from the top executive down to the first line supervisor, subordinate, whenever a superior subordinate relationship exists. So whenever you see the direction, you definitely observe that it is a kind of management. It is universal and is pervasive from the top management to lower level management, right? Every person who is working at its level, getting the instruction, getting the direction from its supervisor. Lower level management is getting instruction from the middle level management. Middle level management is getting the instruction from the top management. So all the level of organization or all the management of organizations is covered with the principle of directions or principle of directing. So you have to follow the this directing principle at every level of management, right? Next, now we are moving to the next point, that is a continuous process. As you know that planning is a continuous process, management is a continuous process, directing is also continuous process. It is an ongoing activities that persists regardless of the changes in the managerial personnel, such as major firms like Infosys, Tata, Bhel, HHL, where top managers change but direction never stop. Right? People will change, but direction never change. People will change from one job to another. People will change from one position to another, but top management would be changed, but your instruction, your direction, your motivating employees, your instruction base will be the same. It will continue with the positions, right? People might be changed from one job to another, they might be promoted, they might be transferred, but your position will definitely allow you to give direction to your juniors, your subordinate, your people who are working under you. So it is a continuous process. It will continue for a long period of time because without the direction, you will not be able to find the action and how it is to be done, right? In a school, principal guide the principal, instruct the teachers, teacher instruct the student, and student do the action or take the action as per the suggested by their teachers and their principals. So this is a process. So we are moving from top to down as well as down to up. But top to down, we will have all the instruction. But from the down to top, we will only share the important feedback that we have done our work, we have completed our actions, and this way it will continue in the process. It will continue at all level of management, and definitely it will help you to guide their behavior in a particular situation in a particular sense. Next, it is flow from top to bottom as I suggested you, directing originates at the higher level of corporate hierarchy and cascade down step by step through the organization line. Cascade down means you are following the top management to middle, middle to lower. It's a cascade down effect. You are following the instruction from top to middle, middle to lower. So it's a cascade down effect. So every manager direct their immediate subordinates and take instruction from their immediate bosses. So this is the way the direction will come into existence, and the direction will allow the superiors to give instruction to their subordinate in a particular manner, in a particular sense, and it allows the subordinate to accept the instruction from the superior and follow the activities to be done in a very similar way suggested by the superior. So this is all about the characteristics of directions. Now we are moving on the core importance of directing. This is the important one, and you definitely have some of the question during the examination from this particular point. So let's deep dive and understand the same. First point is initiate the group actions, right? So when you are dealing with the importance of a directing, it will initiate the group actions, guides individuals toward attaining organization targets. For example, supervisor clarifying an operator's doubts, ensure works targets are met smoothly. So initiate the group actions because the supervisor will give instruction to the operators who are operating on a machine, operators who are working on the shop floor, who are working on the lower level. So a supervisor providing clarity or clarifying on the operator's doubt and ensure works target are done on time, your works target are met smoothly. So you need to initiate the action. Second, it integrates the employees' efforts, interlink individual efforts so that every employee's personal work contributes directly to overall organization performance. Good leadership convinces employees that personal and team goals are interconnected. So it will definitely integrate the efforts of employees because all the employees are individually putting the effort, but direction will guide their effort in a particular direction. So all the efforts putting by the individual employees will be integrated, and when they are putting their efforts in an integrated manner, and the trying to achieve their goals of the organization set by the middle or top management. So in this way, they would be able to follow the instruction, they would be able to follow the direction given by their superiors. So interlinking of individual efforts are important through the direction. So good leadership definitely convince the employees in such a manner that they will follow the instruction of the leader, and definitely personal or a team goals would be connected, would be matched, and employees will try to follow and try to realize all those goals in a very systematic manner. Next one, how you realize the employee's potential. Importance is realize the employee's potential. Effective motivation and a leadership guide employees to realize and extract their full capabilities and latent talent. Right? Sometimes it happens then we are having a talent when but we are not motivated enough to bring out our best through our work in front of the management, in front of the leader, in front of the managers. So effective motivation, when they provide you motivation, when they guide you, when they lead you, so employees can realize their full potential and they can show up their talent in a very significant manner, and they will definitely try to realize their goals in a very convenient way by putting their all the talent and capability in a systematic or simultaneously. So this will help the employees to showcase their capability, showcase their latent talent. जो भी उनकी छुपी प्रतिभा होती है वो लोगों के सामने यानी मैनेजमेंट के सामने आ सकती है. So they are able to showcase their latent talent. In this way in this way the employee can realize their true potential, and they definitely would be better and connected with the superior and their leaders and the management, and the management definitely appreciate their effort for for the target achieved. Next, facilitate the introduction of changes. People naturally resist institutional changes. Directing reduces this friction through the proactive communication and rewards, such as the training and rewarding accounting staff when transitioning to a new digital accounting system. Facilitate the introduction of changes. It is very important point. People naturally resist institutional changes when it superior asks a subordinate, you have to make changes on this, you have to apply or you have to work on this new computer or a new laptop or a new technologies. Definitely subordinate will not try to follow it, but directing reduce this friction through proactive communication. How the manager, how the leader will direct you, the manager and the leader will direct you, and they will communicate you about the instruction related with the particular machinery, related with the particular technologies, and they will try to find out the best part of this communication technology that you want to use, or you should follow a particular parameters while working on a particular machinery. So proactive communication will definitely unfold all the potential aspects of working with particular technology or with particular machinery. So definitely it will create a reward, it will prepare a reward, or it will definitely produce a reward for the employees, right? So, such as a training and a rewarding accounting staff when transitioning to a new digital accounting system. So, for example, here the management wants to implement a new technology based system or new technologies based accounting system. So, accounting staff definitely would be trained, would be rewarded if they accept the new accounting technology, new accounting software. So, in this way, the accounting staff will accept this, will train on this, and when they are able to accept it purely, they when they are able to work on it, they definitely would be more efficient in doing the different activities, different transaction, different recording of the sales revenue and a target. So in this way, they are helping the management to accept the changes. So, and this way, direction will help them to accept the new thing which are beyond the control on the initial stage, or well, beyond the time, beyond the things when they are not able to accept the new things. So direction initiate the changes, and the direction will help the subordinate to accept the new things in the organization in a very particular manner. Next, brings stability and the balances. It fosters the cooperation and a structural commitment, balancing conflict between the various department and the group's operational activities. So when you are having a directing principles or directing function in your organization, it will bring the stability and the balances, because you know that there are different groups, there are different culture in the organizations, and peoples are working in a particular culture, peoples are working in a very systematic manner, they try to cooperate each other, but sometimes they do not do this. They want to foster the cooperation, they want to bring the structural commitment, they want to help each other, they want to help doing the works, but some of the points arises in front of the employees, they are not able to identify how to foster your cooperation with users, how to bring structural changes and the commitment with the management. So when the organization give the direction, when the organization give them a motivation, when the organization give them a way how you can balance your conflict, how you can regenerate your decorum of the organization, how you can structure your own commitment with the organization. So in this way, they try to find the balance between the various department groups or operational activities. So they want to resolve the conflict. They want to find the new ways how they can overcome their problem. They want the all the staff members should cooperate each others. They want all the staff members to follow the commitment regarding the structural aspects of your organizations. So everywhere when they have to follow a formal relationship between the superior and subordinate, they are sometime having a conflict in this in the different department, different groups and operational activities. So when they are given a fruitful instruction, so it will bring stability and the balance in the organizations. So in this way, direction or directing function will help the organization to bring the stability and reduce the conflict among the different department and the employees. Now we are moving on our next important topic, that is what are the guiding principle of effective directing, or you can say that guiding principle of effective directing. First point that will help to identify, or first principle that will help how the directing is effective. Maximum individual contribution. Directing in techniques must encourage every employee to tap into their maximum potential and untapped energies to achieve organizational efficiencies. It simply give you the instruction that you have to use your full potential, you have to use your maximum potential, and you have to uncover your energies, or you have to use your energies in such a manner that your organization efficiency can increase. You can enhance the organization efficiencies by putting all the by putting your full potential into the work, by putting all the important aspects of your strength into the work. Then you would be able to direct them in a very significant manner. So directing techniques definitely increase employees to tap into their full potential or maximum potential. They will allow them to untame their energies to achieve the organizational efficiencies. Next, harmony of objectives. It resolves conflict between the individual goals, such as a higher salary, and organizational goals, such as the maximum productivity and the profit, by demonstrating that they are complementary. Harmony of objectives. We are talking about directing will allow all the employees of the organizations, when they are having individual goals, as well as they have to follow or they want to realize the organization's goals. So directing will help you to resolve the conflict between the individual goals and the organization goals. They will consider the organization goal at first and generalize their individual goals with the organization's goals. So in this way, they will focus on, each and employees has to focus on the productivity and the profit as a organization goals. If they are able to maximize the productivity and the profit of the organization, they would be able to get what they want as individual goals. They can get a higher salary, they can get a more benefit, they can get more bonus, they can get more perks and incentive in a very systematic manner. So both are complementary to each other. You cannot say that if you are only busy with the organization's goals and you have no concern with the individual one, so it is the problematic for the employees. Employees will forget about the organization goal, they will focus on their own interests. But directing here will help them to pursue their organization goal first, then they will allow them to focus on their individual goals. So must be harmony between the objectives of individual and the organization. Next, unity of command. A subordinate must receive instruction from only one supervisor, and receiving order from the multiple bosses create confusion, internal conflict, and structural disorder. It is a very important unity of command, and it could be used as an important question during the examination as a MCQs, and sometimes it might be subjective. So you have to focus on unity of command. Unity of command we have already studied in the Fiol principle, and it says that there should be instruction from only and only one supervisor, and the subordinate should accept only one supervisor and the function and the orders given by him. So this is the unity of command. If he or she receive order from the multiple bosses, and then definitely it creates the confusion, internal conflict, and structural disorders. So, according to the unity of command, there should be a one guiding superiors under which a subordinate has to work, subordinate has to accept the order, and subordinate has to report to them. Next, appropriateness of the direction principles or direction techniques. Motivational and the leadership choices must fit situational variable, employee needs, capabilities, personal attitudes, For instance, some response to money and others to promotions. It depends. Motivation and leadership choices must fit situational variable, employee needs, capabilities, personal altitudes. For instance, some respond to money and other respond to promotions. So it's a very important point how the direction technique is appropriate for one person and is differ to another. One person take the direction may take the direction when they are focusing on their own benefit. Some might follow that if I follow the instruction or follow the direction given by the supervisor, then I will definitely able to achieve my target. Then definitely it will help me to increase my salary, increase my perks, increase my bonuses. So it will help them in that way. But someone else might think then if I am able to complete my given target, given responsibility, then I will be learning, I will be managing, I will be having a more experience, then I will be promoted to a higher level. So direction techniques will be appropriate for person to person depending upon the choices and the potential abilities of the individual, how they want to take their directions. If direction is acceptable from one person, his or her objective might be different. Some else might take the same direction from the different point of view for promotion, for transfer, and for any other matters. So motivational and leadership choices must fit situational variables. It based on the situation, employees' needs and capabilities and personal altitudes. For instance, some respond to money and others to promotion. So we need to focus on situational variable. We need to focus on employee needs. We need to focus on the capabilities of each and every individuals and their personal attitude. Next, managerial communication. Clear instruction must cascade across all levels to create absolute understanding. Feedback loops must be established to ensure the subordinate understood the message perfectly. This is wonderful principle that all the level of organization, all the level of management should follow. Management will be based on the communication and during the direction. If you are not communicating your instruction in a very significant manner, then there might be confusion, there might be a flaws, and there might be a non-completion of the target as a result. So managerial communication should be perfect and should such a manner that from the top to bottom it should be in a way in such a way that it has been communicated from the top and should be understood by the lower management in a same manner. We cannot say that the top management had said this and lower management has understood this. So there should be a kind of uniformity in the communication. You have to accept that this order has been released from the top management and it should be accepted in the same manner at the lower management. So clear instruction must cascade across all levels to create our absolute understanding. Feedback loops must be established to ensure that subordinate understood the message perfectly. So you can start one more point that you can give them time to time about give them the feedback. Feedback should be in a loop and must be established to ensure that subordinate should understand the same thing that the middle or the higher level wants to do the things want to make them to do the things. तो जैसा वो चाहते हैं, जैसा हाई लेवल या टॉप मैनेज मिडिल लेवल मैनेजमेंट चाहता है कि आप ऐसा करो, आप ऐसा करोगे. So feedback loops must be established to ensure the subordinate understand the message perfectly. Next, use of informal organization. The manager must recognize and strategically leverage the informal groups that exist within every formal workplace to execute directives faster. Use the informal organization. Informal organization, as I told you, that there is an informal communication in the organization, and managers must recognize and strategically leverage the informal group. Sometimes we are not able to understand the particular instruction clearly, so manager must interfere. Manager must recognize that this group or this particular group of employees need to inform that what they have to do exactly. So he or she can be part of the informal group. They do not have to follow the particular hierarchical relationship between superior and subordinate. They can inform instruction. They can inform other point of view about the organization working, and how the instruction should be followed. So they can inform their employees in a very significant manner. So when the organization is forming an informal one, it would be better for all the employees of the organization or all the employees of the department to accept the instruction in a very systematic or very convenient way, as they want to accept, as they want to be heard from the top management, right? So you have to use of informal organizations when you want to direct the employees, when you want to convey the information in a very systematic manner, and it should be accepted, it should be understood at the lower level in a very simplest manner possible. Next, we are focusing on the leadership. Manager must exercise good relationships to positively influence employees' behavioral without causing underlying resentment and the dissatisfaction. So, direction leads to particular situation. Direction leads to particular situation. So, leadership, whether a leader, whether a manager, both are different. But manager leading a particular group of people and the leader lead a particular people, they must exercise good leadership to positively influence employees. If you are a manager and you just giving the instruction, definitely it will not work. Definitely it will not work. But you are a manager and you have to give them instruction, and if they have any problem, you are there to solve them. Then you are a leader. Leader will lead the people, leader will help the employees, leader will manage the things, and during the problems, they will help the employees, they will try to resolve the conflict. So, direction will definitely from the leadership point of view, not the managerial point of view. Manager just want to get the works done, but it is not possible sometime, because employees feel that we are having a problem, but managers are not ready to listen the same. But as a leader, you have to listen them, you have to feel them, you are being with them, you are being part of their group, you are being uh, you are being an employee as they are. So in this way your credibility will increase, your way of working will increase, your respect would increase. So manager must exercise good leadership to positively influence employees' behavior without causing underlying resentment and the dissatisfaction. Right? So there must not be any kind of resentment, dissatisfaction among the employees that my manager is not good. It should not be the way. The manager must exercise good leadership to positively influence employees' behavior without causing underlying resentment and the dissatisfaction. Next, follow through. Issuing order is insufficient. Continuous review and tracking must occur to ensure instructions are implemented properly and to adjust them if problem arises. Follow-up is important in this particular point, right? If you are issuing a particular order and if issuing order is insufficient, so definitely there will be a chaos, there will be problems. So continuous review and tracking must be occur to ensure instructions are implemented properly and to adjust them if problem arises. So you need to review, you need to track what you are required on account of instruction. You have to implement the instruction properly. You need to implement the instruction properly, and you have to adjust them if any problem arises, and you need to adjust your instruction for the problem raised. So you have to follow continuously. You have to follow continuously if you are directing them, if you are giving them instruction. So it is the responsibility lied with the management and the leadership who provide the instruction, who give the instruction to their employees, and there will be a follow up meeting, there will be a follow up instruction on account of manager or the leaders. So definitely it will help the employees to accept the thing in the same manner as it is suggested by the manager or the leader, right? So all these are the points related with your important principles for effective directing. You have to follow the same. Okay, so enough for the day. Next video I will help you to give you the brief introduction or a brief information about the next topic. So then, till then, take care yourself and read the particular chapters that we have started. And if you like the content, if you like the information, then you can share and like the same. And if you want to share the same content to other and your follow student, then you can share it. You can ask them to subscribe. It is important information, so you can prepare yourself for your exam, for your mid exams, so whatever it is. Thank you.